finally sa programa ng Bisaya.
Thank you for having me.
Salamat din kayo.
Salamat po tayo.
Kapalukong ang isigaw pa, kapalukong behind sa pagkakuman. Ikaw sa Takaron, I know that there are so many things going on, what naging sundan lang siguro na to, kumusta ka karon?
I'm fine. I wouldn't say I'm happy because, given the situation, it's impossible to say I'm happy. But I'm fine. I'm doing well. I'm continuing to do what I should, and I'm handling my personal matters, so I'm fine.
Bago lang ka, nag-atos na rin dahil.
Yes. I was there for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Before po mga musta dahil dadanin kay PRRD, the Filipino nasa dahil supporters. How was it? Because makita ako sa videos like shout out kay Sir Alvin.
Alvin, actually, we're texting right now. I asked for his contact details, and I text him from time to time. He responds, and then, we have this back and forth conversation.
Kaya siya mo na mag-order.
Yes, and I really appreciate Alvin, all his efforts. So, I just wanna personally thank him.
So, why tour sa all of the supporters of that video? Kumusta man day? How was it there outside sa day?
Being there, I would say it was overwhelming. Overwhelming because imagine all these people, they don't have a personal relationship with PRRD or any of us, but the amount of love and support and admiration they've shown, priceless. Priceless talaga. So, isipin mo yun for my birthday, I went out to handa na. There was this small table where usually I'm mini buffet for my birthday, and I didn't think of anything. I didn't think anyone would notice or dili ba ako ang nagpresidente? Anak na ba ako? Diba? So pagawas na to, nanay there were food, there were these, gitagaan pa ko party house. There's a little girl, she's my friend now, Kin. Her name's Kin. I call her Kitty Girl. And she gave me this party house. So parang, grabe, overwhelming ang support from all these people.
I know that you don't want to show nga ang more emotional, but did you get emotional?
Of course. It's a whole different milieu for me. I did grow up in politics. My siblings, my dad, but I was never really exposed to it this way. So, of course, it made me emotional. It overwhelmed me. So many feelings at once.
It was really difficult when you were there bitaw nga na-experience mo ang kung unsa ka supportive ang mga tao. I mean, of course, makita man mo sa news, social media, it's really different yun ang mga dati. I hope you're okay with that kasi that's really how I want si Dante. Kumusta did you have a face-to-face?
Of course, yeah. Couple of times.
Kumusta na si Dante?
Well, the first few weeks were hard for him, of course. He had to adjust and adapt to a different environment. You know what? The Hague is far from home. The food is different.
الله يعمر هذا وزالة.
The whole environment is different. So he
الله يعمر هذا. أنت بدأت تحسب ده
But then,
عادي لا رجلي
we
وتصفر.
visited, and then
يلا أنت تليفونه طيح فلان.
talked about various things, mostly about family and things that would uplift him, that would strengthen his spirit. And I think that really helped because exactly 1 week after all those talks to his people, he looked better. His eyes brightened, nagsalaman siya. So yeah, I guess.
So nakatabang.
Yeah, he gained weight, and parang the distress, emotional, mental distress, it subsided. It subsided.
But the first time you saw si PRRD, first tough mo gid
The
siya.
first one was the hardest one. He did not look good. It was a very emotional experience for my mom and I. And the hardest thing about it, Kuya Chito, was we were not allowed to cry. Why? Because, you know, it would affect the RRG.
Yes.
Pag-alis namin, siya na lang mabilin. So, it's harder for him. We always have to think of that.
And how was it?
It was very, very hard for me. The first visit was the hardest. Kay, well, the first visit, bago pa lang siya dito sa unit. And, he wasn't adjusting well yet. So, we always start with massages for him inside. Pagunit na ko sa iyang kamot, murag wala na may unod. So, I think that was the hardest part for me. And then, the whole time I was there was this lump in my throat.
Right.
Lunok-laway talaga ba? So, I couldn't, you know, show vulnerability in front of him either. Kaya, when I leave, nasuwi siya. He'll keep thinking na, you know, we're so distressed and worried about him. So, of course, we also had to think of how we could
So, kasi ma-remember me na you shared with PRRD bitaw na the bright na niya.
He likes hearing about my childhood memories. Because when I tell you, Kuya Chito, I was a handful. I was a walking reflection of PRRD.
Okay.
Kanang stubborn, headstrong, unsay gusto buhason. So, if you ask any of sila, yaya na mo sa balay na 21 years na sa amo, ako mom, I was the hardest to raise yun. So, his eyes suddenly brightened good if ibalik na ko to. Kay, murag, right now, laughing matter naman po siya. Karon ato nga time, kapoy pang ayo. Pero right now, laughing matter na lang sa amo. So, I told him about our memories, you know, when I was my childhood.
Okay. Basig pwede na share.
Specific one. Okay. Okay, Kanisa. There was this one time I was about, I think, so wala 5-6 years old, around 3 to 5. And then, so of course I was getting bigger na. Sumagod na ko na dungan mi tanan maligo as a family. I had this thing na I wanted to do everything with them. Maligo, kaon, tanan, dapat sabay mi. And then my dad at the time, when I was a baby pag yun, like an infant, he would give me a bath. Pero when I got older, syempre, kay babae ko. So he left that to my mom na kay parang, you know, babae. And then, during that time, I couldn't understand why. Dili man pwede dungan maligo. Dili man ito pwede mo sabay. Gusto na ko, kita tuloy ni mama, sabay ta. Dili man siya. So, he locked the door. And then I was outside his door. I was banging on the door. I love to throw tantrums sabi na before. So I was banging on the door and I was shouting. I was threatening him na in English kay when I was little, English lang gid ko. Ingon ko na, dili nimo ni abrihan, pagtiguang nimo, dili ti ka sa dalan nga, dili ti ka tagaan ng pagkaon. And then, I was banging on the door so hard and I was kicking it until nabuslot yun siya. Kay plastic na ba yung among purtahan, Kuya Chito, no? So, dali lang siya, nabuslot yun ang sa ilalo. And then, I was crying on the floor kay, dili man di hapon ko kalusot kay, gamay lang man ang butas. So, moto, I was crying on the floor and then my mama was comforting me lang. She was saying na, Dada might be busy, maong hindi siya gusto ng sabay maligo. She was making up all these excuses. And then, paggawas sa akong papa sa CR, I was like throwing things at him. Ay, sa kasuko na ako ba? Anong feeling pwede at umanta? kay